Hi traders, this is Chris from CurrenSea with a new video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. So the 4-hour chart here on the euro dollar and price is moving up quickly. A lot of bullish momentum after the false break below 113. Price is rising quickly above 113, and I think that this is looking like a bigger bullish reversal. The question is when and where and how far. So let's take a look. First of all, we have a strong resistance zone at 115. It is a round level. 115 is a psychological level to be aware of. There's also the previous top, of course, right here. And there's an R1 pivot point, weekly pivot point close by as well. So I think that that could be a strong zone of resistance. So although price is making a little bit of a bull flag right here after a good pull away from the moving averages in this part, and there's certainly a possibility that this small little bull flag will get a follow through for a higher high. But because price is so close to the target, I'm expecting price to eventually turn at roughly 114.75, 115, maybe 115.25. The target is pretty close by, and I expect a retracement to start at that point. Now, what kind of pattern, if price does turn in the zone that I expect, what kind of pattern do we see there? And that's going to be crucial, because if we see a bull flag pattern emerge at 115 like this, all right, then the 21 EMA on the 4-hour chart is likely to hold, and we might be looking at a 5-wave pattern. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and up it goes for a 5 to complete probably a bigger wave A, and then we would still expect a wave ABC within a wave B, and then we expect again the wave C to start. Of course, obviously it's an ABC. So that's one scenario, and if we get a bull flag, that would be interesting on the 4-hour chart. That would be interesting to trade, because then we would expect to break through 115. We will put a fib on the wave 3 from the very bottom of wave 2 to the top of wave 3. So let's assume it stops at 115 for the moment. So we could see price stop at 114.50, maybe 114.11, and the target will be the very first target will be 115.50ish, 60ish. That's about 140, 100 pips. But it could extend further and go up to the minus 61.8 target, maybe even the minus 1 target, all right, 100 target. So that's one scenario. The other scenario is, let's get rid of this fib again, is that price reverses, or not reverses, but makes a deeper correction, either from here or from 115, through a ABC pattern. In that case, we're not looking at a 5-wave, we're not looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we're probably looking at ABC, and we're looking for an ABC back down, and then again an ABC or a 5-wave pattern up, probably an ABC, I guess, but anyhow, upside. And that could take place, for instance, at the 113. Previous left shoulder, head, and right shoulder could create a head and shoulders pattern for upside. We'll put a fib from the very bottom to the very top, like this. And you can see that 113 level corresponds and matches the 61 golden fib ratio pretty neatly. That could be a logical spot, but it could also be the 50 fib and the weekly pivot point. I would expect an ABC pattern here once again, maybe the A to fall down to the 23.6 fib, up and then down again towards one of these two targets, and then we would expect an upside to restart. Those are the two main scenarios. Obviously, if it breaks below this bottom, then my bigger bullish correction is invalidated, and that is not going to happen anymore. That's out of the window. We'll have to start the analysis from scratch again. But if it breaks above 115, that doesn't invalidate it. That kind of confirms more upside. It's just happening quicker than I expect. I think that the retracement at this spot is a little bit more likely. But if it breaks above 115, of course, well, then something else is going on, and we might see a bigger push up. This could in that case be more likely to be a wave 3. All right, so in that case this is looking more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rather than an ABC. So if it does break above 115, then if anything it actually looks better for upside. Look for a bull flag, and then there's an even better chance that the bull flag will break to the upside for a pretty decent move up as part of wave 5. So that is it for the moment. The other time frames are just showing impulse. On the 1-hour chart, you see good momentum at this moment. On the daily chart, you see good bullish candles, and you see them breaking above the 21 EMA now. So that could be already an indication of more upside. And it is starting to look indeed like this is an ABC, this is ABC, and we might get that bigger ABC on the euro dollar. All right, a reversal at the moment seems likely. Pound dollar is, or yesterday has gone sideways. It's just hanging in the 21 EMA zone on the 4-hour chart, doing absolutely nothing. We did have a little bit of a retracement, deeper retracement. It tried to break, and I was already telling the ECS live traders yesterday, watch out, it's probably going to be a bigger correction to the downside. Only when it makes the correction is it interesting to trade. And price made a deeper correction down to the 50 fib, which turned to be a bouncing spot. And but after that, price more or less went flat. So are we going to get the continuation breakout basically today? That is the main question. Price is going sideways like this. If it breaks above the box, there's a good chance it will complete the wave C, this being A, this being B. Up it goes for wave C. That is all possible within this bigger triangle. On the daily chart, you can see that it could be a wave A here, B, C, D, E, or alternatively A, B, and it's still part of a C. All right, within that C, we had A, B, C like this. The first one seems a little bit more likely, but you never know with these triangles. In that case, if it is a wave E, we would expect one more push to the upside, and then we would expect a downtrend to start. You know, whether the downtrend is going to start, difficult to say. Sometimes the triangles last longer. As I said, it could easily get expanded, and it turns out that wave E hasn't started yet. So that's something we want to keep in mind. But for the moment, triangle pattern is dominant, and you can see this resistance and support lines are going to be important measurement points for a potential breakout to the up or downside. So keep an eye on these trend lines. Sturdy trend lines both have 3 hits, well established now, and this contracting triangle, I think, is as we expected, is now being confirmed as we speak. So for the moment, I think upside is more likely. If it does make a downside, I still think that this is a bouncing spot for upside, and I think that the main target could be around 130 if we put a fib from here to here. Yes, 129.50, 130 are the main targets for the moment, and it depends how price responds to those levels. It's going to be difficult to say what happens at that spot. If it is a wave E that finishes at that point, then it could fly down a lot, all right? But it doesn't have to. It could just continue with complex ABC corrections within this zone and expand forwards. So I think that from the moment, upside to 129.50, 130 is likely, but that could equally be a bouncing spot for downside at that moment. All right, that's it for now. If you want to help us out with Forex Peace Army review, we'll be happy to see your comments there. Also, of course, if you're interested in ECS Live and our trade setups, check out elitecurrency.com and ECS Live for more info. Of course, a lot of free material and free analysis is available on the website itself in the blog part. And above all, last but not least, wish you good trading. Cheers.